So after the emotional roller coaster yesterday with Transformer Tuesday and the big HasLab reveal, now we could take a step back and look at retail stuff again. And we got two brand new reveals of Transformer product for the Transformers Legacy United line, specifically the Deluxe classes coming for Wave 2. These come courtesy of the Chinese social media website Baidu. These were images that were kicking around over the past 2 days, but were not available on Western websites, and now they have finally been spread out. And so the genie is out of the bottle. Let's talk about it today. We can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. So we got two brand new Transformer Legacy United Deluxe class figures. This slowly completes what we're slowly learning of the Wave 2 assortment that we'll be expecting later this year. We talked about Gears not too long ago and broke that down completely, and now we got two more to cover. So let's jump into it like we always do here on the Transformer Slag podcast, and I hope you have a good time. And the first one we're going to be covering here today is the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Cyberverse Chromia. So this is supposed to be a straight-up repaint with brand new head sculpt of the Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class animated Prowl. We knew that this listing was going to be Cyberverse related because of all those listings that were online, as well as the rumors that it was going to be a Prowl repaint. We just didn't know how this was going to be rolled out. Were they going to do an extensive retool and really match that Cyberverse design? We didn't know. And from what it looks like, it's just a straight up repaint of that Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class animated Prowl with a brand new head sculpt on it that's Chromia styled. Nothing really about it says that it's Cyberverse related. There's nothing about it that says it's a Cyberverse counterpart, I'll be honest with you, which is kind of disappointing. I was kind of hoping that they would really do something that matches that character. I love the Cyberverse TV show, and getting more proper toys of those characters from the show would be great, because that toy line was prematurely canceled and not a lot of good figures unfortunately came out of it based on a fantastic show. And is the way I look at this thing, this could be any Chromia. This could be its own thing even. This could be its own universe Chromia. There's nothing about it that really says Cyberverse. I mean, even the blue is kind of off. Maybe it's just the photography, but even the blue is kind of off for what we normally expect from a Chromia figure. It has no new weapons to my knowledge, unless there's something missing from this extensive photography, but it does have those little shuriken, ninja stars that Prowl came with, just obviously done in her own molded plastic color wave. So we know she at least has those, which again, Chromia didn't have in Cyberverse. So I really don't know where they're going with this. It is what it is. Unfortunately, I'm kind of disappointed with that. I mean, Cyberverse Chromia, the best that she had in terms of figures was a little tiny turbo changer, which unfortunately was the case with a lot of the characters. And would have been nice to get a nice update of her, much like we got with Windblade not too long ago. But it is what it is, unfortunately. Kind of disappointed here, and hopefully we'll get a true Cyberverse Chromia in the future someday. Maybe one day, but not today, unfortunately. I'll be sticking with my Transformers Legends LG11 Sakamoto style Deluxe Class Chromia, thank you very much, which was the Generations Thrilling 30 Deluxe Class released in the West, but just with better paint and a manga comic. Either way, great stuff for people who like the character, but not really great if you were looking for something to update your Cyberverse collection. So we'll see what happens in the future. Maybe we're missing something here. The second one we're going to be covering is a little more exciting than the last one. It's our next new addition to our rock characters, our Transformers Armorizers that come from the Infernac universe that Hasbro introduced to us. Now we get a new member included for our Inhumanoid inspired concept that we got here. We got Transformers Legacy United Infernac Universe Armorizer Shard. That's the trademark that they're going with here. I wonder if Hasbro's trying to tie up some trademarks with future Marvel Legends ideas that Disney doesn't care about with IPs. So Just I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into that, but so we got Shard here. That's the trademark they're going with. Shard is a rock-covered green helicopter armorizer that looks crazy as hell. So now you got 3 members total for your armorizers currently, joining Boulder Crash and Magnius all together, looking pretty cool. We don't have any photos of how the armor pieces for this one will attach to a character, but it's safe to assume that it does do that because it is a deluxe class figure, so we don't have to worry too much about that. I know that Mark said that each armorizer is a different kind of rock that it's based on. So like Boulder Crash is like a magma kind of lava rock, and Magnius is like a granite. So maybe this one here, because it's green, it could be either jade or emerald. So that's pretty cool. So some kind of green colored rock. I'll be honest with you, it's kind of more leafy green looking and organic. Maybe it's our first bush transformer, giggity. But it's still pretty cool. I dig it. I think he looks really wild, though. I really like his design. All jokes aside, I mean, he looks really cool. The posing's nice. The playability is nice. Comes with 2 blasters that are on 5mm pegs that can be attached all over it, with 2 blast effects here that just makes it look really nice when attached to the wrists and everything. Looks really cool. I like it a lot. Now, the question is, though, this is an important question, is this a sign of future repaints or a major retool in the future? Because when I first saw the alt mode, I was right away reminded of Live Convoy from Galaxy Force, also known as EVAC for Transformers Cybertron. So are we like completing the lost convoys or primes from Galaxy Force Cybertron? Like, are we going to be getting like EVAC and then later on Scourge, aka Flame Convoy? You know, I was hoping that, you know, we already got Metroplex, we already got the Cybertron, Optimus Prime, and Siege, we already got Override, Nitro Convoy. So like, you know, are we completing that set finally? Mark likes to complete his little micro collections. But when I look at that robot mode and you compare it to EVAC, yeah, it's not really there. They'd either be forcing it into a mold or they'd be working some kind of miracle with the way they do partials and repaints and retools. So, I mean, I don't know. But maybe it's a sign of the future, but we don't know. Also, maybe it's Vortex. Maybe we're getting Combaticons finally, and we're going to be getting a Bruticus with a leafy green arm. I don't know. But again, because it's an armorizer and it comes apart and it's a parts former because of how that gimmick works, I really doubt that they'd retool it or repaint it into a key character like a combiner limb or something. I think we're just, you know, me specifically, we're looking too much into it, and it's probably just a one and done. They'll do a repaint at some point like they do with like the fossilizers with the Gen Selects and everything. But at the end of the day, these are kind of how these characters are going to be. At least that's what I think, but hopefully I'm wrong. Still pretty cool. Looking forward to this. You know, it's a nice looking figure, and I like emeralds and greens. They're nice looking rocks, so it's pretty awesome. And according to the listings that we talked about, and we have our master list of all the different stuff for Transformers Legacy United, we're going to have another Rock character at some point in that deluxe price point, the Rock 3, which will probably be in Wave 3. So we'll talk about that in the future when that time comes. But as it stands for Wave 2, we're now 3 down, 1 more to go of the Wave 2 Transformers Legacy United Deluxes. We talked about the Gears, we talked about the Chromia, we talked about Shard. All that's left now is that elusive rumored listing of a G1 Sure Shot, the Target Master. The ongoing debate is this has been changed since then. It's not Sure Shot anymore. We don't know, but we'll cover it when the time comes here on the Transformers Slag podcast. So we'll let you know what happens with that when we get the information. But stay tuned for that. There's so much more to cover. Let me know what you think about all of this. Pretty cool stuff. Otherwise, I'm digging that Armorizer. The Chromia is kind of a downer in a lot of ways, but I don't know. I think sometimes when Hasbro, when they have to do female characters, they really got to force everything into one box in a lot of ways. But it is what it is. Let me know what you think, guys, and we'll talk again really soon on the Transformer Slag podcast. Thank you for being educated, entertained, and informed, and thank you for listening. I'll talk to you in the near future.